Hi there guys, in this video I want to do a bit of a status update of what's been happening with the house. Now I know it's been a while since my previous video, but I just felt that I hadn't had anything to actually post, so why create a video for the sake of it. Now I do hope you had a very good Christmas, and I wish you all the best with 2020. Anyway, so for me, this is where I've been kind of staying for the time being. Kind of been sleeping in the front room essentially, as basically one of the bedrooms is not really working at the moment. So you can see there, it's got my bed there. Which I said, it's okay. Like I said, it does seem to be a bit more quiet around here because we used to use in quite a kind of busy area. So you can see there's the telly and some hi-fi stuff. And generally we kind of eat our dinners in here as well. Well, especially me and Mum. Dad kind of is a bit of a miserable sod and likes to eat his own stuff in his own room. As you can see, all this does need quite a lot of work, and we do plan on kind of removing this fireplace in the future. We have got in for planning and all that lot, so we can't do any kind of major changes at this stage, just because we're going to get kind of checked over and all that lot at this stage. So you can just see some of the tools there, and this is kind of like the extra area where I've got my PC and a few bits of clothes and all that lot. Just recently I have actually changed the case on my PC. It's more cosmetic reasons at the moment, because I actually do like the case very much, and I did like the idea of those fans at the bottom providing fresh air into the case. I have left the protective coat plastics on at the moment. The reason is I do want to get an X570 board later, so I do think I'm going to take all this back apart again, and I thought that protective stuff might just save the grass being scratched or something at this stage. But X570 boards are pretty expensive, as you know, and I actually don't have enough money at the moment to get one of those. I was hoping they would come down a little bit in price and plus save a little bit of money up, and then I could actually go and get one. At the moment, running a 3900X on an X370 board isn't ideal. The VRMs do get very hot, but like I said, at the moment that's all I can do, because I don't have the money to actually get an X570 board. So there's a few of the tools I've got. I won't go into detail to that because that might just bore you. Anyway, so let's go and have a look in the hallway next. So the hallway, we've actually kind of decorated it a bit and just made it a little bit more habitable. There was kind of red and green on the walls. As for the ceiling, there was these horrible tiles up there. If they would have caught fire, I think they produce a very lethal something or other, and it's cyanide, I think. So I didn't like the idea of them, and they were all took down and removed. This is the kitchen. So I have noticed a few people did comment on the washing machine being in the kitchen. Ideally we wanted the washing machine and dishwasher in here, but there just isn't space. As you can see, this kitchen is pretty dated at this stage, and there is kind of some brickwork there. That's to block off the kind of serving hatcheries there. For some really odd reason, there is wood on the ceiling. Now I think this is very weird in a kitchen, as if anything did catch fire, like a chip pan or something like that, you don't really want wood on the ceiling. At the moment it's kind of acting as a secondary insulation. So for cooking appliances, this is what we've got. We've got basically a couple of grills and a plug-in hob and this combi unit. So that is basically all our cooking facilities at the moment for 3 people. We did have an old oven which was kind of in this corner, but it was all caked up with kind of horrible stuff and dust and food, and you wouldn't have liked to eat on from it, so that was all scrapped. For some reason these tiles are coming our way, maybe because of the weight of the stuff in the cabinets, I'm not sure, but hopefully they won't fall off. We did build this kind of little unit here from some of the parts, so it's just to give a little bit more work surface. This is the boiler that we've got at the moment. We're thinking this is around about 30-35 years old. It's surprising it still works. It's not the most efficient either, and like I said, it draws air from the room and all that lot. It's not great, but it's just what we've got at the moment. These windows and doors in the kitchen, for some reason, were never replaced when they changed all the windows around the house to double glaze. So these are single glaze units. So what we did there is get some floor protector and staple it onto it, just to kind of reinforce the kind of thermal barrier, so make them a little bit better. So this is the master bedroom. This kind of got left because we were busy with things outside, and it did get a bit of work on it. You can see we've got some more chasers in there and they're all done now, and we put plaster in to fill the gaps. Around the windows you notice there's plaster there. It's basically because they were cracked up there, and we just wanted to check to make sure there was no actual big problems. We have noticed a bit of mould appearing into this room, so you can see down here there does look signs of mould. Not sure what's going on exactly there, apart from the insulation in the roof is pretty poor in the corners. So we do, like I said, with the plan, intend to want to change a lot of this lot, and we're going to basically put a new roof on eventually, hopefully anyway. Heating, as you can see, this little tiny radiator is supposed to warm this bloody great big room. It is seriously underpowered. We were thinking that should be at least double or maybe 3 times the size to heat a room of that size. This is the same for every single bedroom in this property. So none of the bedrooms get particularly warm. We've just recently getting temperatures down to sort of -1, -2s. And we do notice something that we do have to keep fighting against is, you see these windows, we always seem to get a lot of water on the inside. If anybody knows why we keep getting all this water inside, let us know. We're not sure if it's just the windows are poor quality, or I did read on the net saying that the windows might be actually very good quality and a lot of the moisture is building up because of heating or something. I'm not too sure why that keeps doing it, but we end up every day having to basically tail every single window down. Anyway, so this is the second bedroom. Mum's basically staying there at the moment. It did get a bit of decoration, so it does look a little bit neater. It did have them horrible tiles that do catch fire, and those are all removed off the ceiling. However, there is cracks appearing still up there, basically because the roof's been done incorrectly. This is where Dad's been staying. Basically he likes to have his kind of own area so he can watch his own stuff and kind of eat his food on his own. But in this room we do see a bit of mould seeming to form in the same kind of place again. As you can see, it's starting to come down the wall. But anyway, so I don't think Mum and Dad tend to get on that well, to be honest, so they kind of want separate areas. So the bathroom, which doesn't actually have a bath anymore, we do have a lot more problems in here. You can see here, this is the kind of mould and stuff that's happening up here. So there's quite a lot. This, I think, is mostly down to the insulation and the lack of an extractor fan over the shower. But like I said, we do plan to take the whole roof off, so there's not much point at that stage doing too much to it. We've just got to kind of grin and bear it. This shower is okay, it's at least the shower. However, these shower curtains are kind of horrible. I don't know if you guys have ever had a shower curtain in a shower. Sometimes they do stick to you, or they make you feel very claustrophobic. Sometimes if you touch them, all the water goes on the floor. It's not ideal. Anyway guys, so I think that's a quick look round. Like I said, at the moment I've kind of been spending a bit more money on the computer because it seems to be pretty cold at this time of year, and we've got in for planning, and I have wanted to try and sort the computer out. I'm always going to like computers a lot, but at this time, like I said, I don't actually have much money to spend on it at this time. Hopefully in the next month or two, maybe the X570 boards might come down a bit and I can actually stick a X570 board in there. Like I said, I have been doing it in stages, so because like I said, it makes it a bit easier to justify the costs. Anyway guys, if you do know why we keep getting water building up on the inside of the windows, let us know. It's not actually in between the windows, it seems to be always on the inside. I'd be very interested to hear from you. Hopefully you guys are interested to see these sort of videos. I'm not entirely sure if you are, as I normally cover sort of Elite and Dangerous and sort of X games. However, without much content for them games at the moment, I have kind of don't know what to make for video footage, as I don't really want to just create videos for the sake of it. Like I said, if you have any suggestions for videos or comments, as always, leave them below. They're always greatly welcome. If you did like the video, drop us a like, that always helps. And if another thing, if you haven't already done to, is subscribe to the channel. Anyway guys, I think that's it for this one. Take care and have